Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about once again the 2000 shows. In my last video, which if you haven't checked it out yet, do check it out if you will. In my last video, I talked about Totally Spies and its newest season 7, and what I thought about it. Now today we are going to be talking about LoliRock and what are my hopes for season 3 of LoliRock, which is coming out next year. Hopefully it won't be delayed like Wings Club. As usual, here's what I'll be talking about. A quick recap of the major plot lines of the previous season, season 1 and 2, and the major characters and character arcs that are really important, and the overall story plot up till the end of season 2. And my personal thoughts and opinions on this overall show. With that being said, let's recap. LoliRock is another 2000s magical girl show like Wings Club and Witch and several others I can't think of right now. It's about a girl named Iris who gets the bloom treatment from Wings Club, getting sent down to Earth for her own protection. Except, unlike in Wings Club, who was thrown into a burning building, she was sent with a guardian to actually protect her. Yeah. As usual with these shows, when you're sent to another planet, it's usually because your own planet is being invaded. In this case, damn, you guys sucked. Where are your soldiers? You guys are 6 kingdoms. Couldn't you band together and, defeat one guy? How hard is it to defeat a single guy that was defeated technically in the finale by 6 teenagers? Iris, of course, has magical powers like any other princess from another planet, obviously. But she doesn't know she has these powers, of course. In Iris's case, of course, it's her voice. She has magical singing powers, and whenever she sings, her powers completely destroy everything in its place. Yeah, good luck with that. On the other hand, it turns out there are 2 other Ephedian princesses. There's one thing I don't understand about this show is the fact that Iris is supposed to be an Ephedian princess from the kingdom of Ephedia, right? But the rest of the princesses are also Ephedian, but their kingdoms are different. So what? You just named your kingdom after the planet? That doesn't make sense to me at all. Alongside Iris are her new best friends, as usual as they are, Talia and Ariana, the princesses of Volta and Sirius. More like Sirius, because that's what she is. Total serious, stick in the mud. With good reason, of course, because there's an entire backstory episode on this. The villain of this show, called Gramorr, enlists the help of his minions, aka the twins, Mephisto and Praxina. Gramorr himself never leaves Ephedia because he's trapped within the walls of the main castle. Apparently because when he tried to take the queen's crown. By the way, Ephedia is a matriarchy. Some sort of spell was cast, and now he can't leave the castle because of the shield or whatever. And the only way he can escape or, completely take over is by getting the queen's crown. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When he tried to take the queen's crown, it showered some sort of magical power, and now the stones within that crown, the crown itself, was really powerful. Obviously, there has to be something really, really powerful for him to try and take it, right? But of course, there's always some sort of magical protection barrier, plot device. As a result, the stones within the crown were sent away to Earth, and that, my viewers, is the LoliRock's main mission, to retrieve the magical stone. Yeah, I feel like that part of the show was kind of repetitive, and it felt forever. It felt like in every episode it was about the stones. It kind of got repetitive. Honestly, Gramorr didn't seem all that powerful as a villain itself. He just sat around his throne and then ordered around his minions, aka Mephisto and Praxina. He orders around all his monsters. He didn't feel that much of like a threatening character unless it's like one of the main episodes like Return of Lev. The guy literally wears a mask, and without the mask he seems just like a normal human being except with really bad skin condition.
Emotional damage.
But the fact remained, within the show he took over all the realm. Obviously, he was going to go for biggest for last. We'll talk about Gramorr a little bit later regarding the finale. But for now, let's talk about his minions, Mephisto and Praxina. Let's start with Praxina. So she's like the elder twin of the two evil twins. In most cases, minions of the big bad never have their own ambitions or personalities. That's not the case for these two. They fully realized what the medallion was capable of and intended to exploit it with whatever they could. The medallion was so powerful that even Gramorr was afraid. And they fully intended to exploit that factor, like we see in Princess Brenda episode. They retrieved the stone from the medallion and betray Gramorr and legit take out the princesses. If not for Iris's Chanela, they would have beaten them and Gramorr. These two have the brains and the ability to take over if they want to. The fact that we see more development for these two characters than Gramorr, the main villain himself, says a lot about how powerful he is and how much of a good character he is. Hint, not at all. The episode, if you can't beat him, join him. Mephisto and Praxina decide to retrieve one of the stones like the princesses do, aka help somebody in need. But they help somebody in need whenever her Iris's necklace glows, so they know that someone actually needs help and not, Mephisto and Praxina create a monster to capture humans and then pretend to save them, but instead it backfires on them and gets Praxina captured. As a result, Mephisto enlists the help of the princesses, and of course at first they're gonna be like, no, we ain't helping because you're a villain. But once Nathaniel gets captured too, they have no choice, of course. So they start helping, battle it on. Except during the battle, Ariana and Talia get captured as well. Now Iris and Mephisto have to team up. At first Mephisto's like, I should let you get captured too so I can get all the credits. Eventually he was like, nah, okay, fine, I'll help. And their team up was epic. It was on par with Lev and Iris's team up. This is just my opinion, but I do ship Mephisto and Iris more so than Ariana and Mephisto. It was so awesome to see them team up and actually, guys, for a while. And here's a huge fact on a huge part of Mephisto's development. He actually said that if he wasn't devoted to being evil, he would have been honored for Iris to be their queen. Can we just think about that for a minute? While on the subject of ships, let's talk about all the ships in the series. Let's start off with the very first one, Iris and Nathaniel. Now, there's not a lot I can say about this ship, mostly because it's one of my least favorite ones. I don't have a problem with Nathaniel as a character. He just doesn't strike me as an interesting character and is just a genetic love interest. Nathaniel and Iris do become a thing by the end of season 2, and of course is the most healthiest ship in the entire series, but it's just not an interesting one. For fans like me who are more attracted to a good girl, bad bad boy type of ships, which are adorable, if I do say so. And the best one would be Lev and Iris, or Mephisto and Iris. One of these two. Nathaniel doesn't have any interesting characteristics or art or anything of the sort that makes him slightly more interesting or like relatable. He's just like a boring character just for the sake of being her love interest. He's a smoothie guy. He's complete green flag, and that's nice and all, which is which she definitely needs in her life with all her problems. But it would definitely be more interesting to see some sort of development. Now, we did see some development on Nathaniel's character in the Princess Brenda episode. Nathaniel gets so sick of Iris's shenanigans and her standing him up. So he's like, I'm so fed up with you, and actually calls her out on it, which is finally some sort of development for him, and I'm happy he did that. In the very same episode, Nathaniel discovers Iris' secret. He jumps in to save her. He did not hesitate for 1 second. Now that was a heroic moment for our Nathaniel. The fact that they erased that whole event and making Nathaniel forget everything is so frustrating. It makes me so mad at the creators. Like, why would you do that? He finally knows, and you would just erase all that. All that development. What was that for? As Chloe would say, ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. He does get jealous at times when some other guys talk to Iris, but that's a bit here and there, and in terms of how likely it is that Iris stays with Nathaniel, I'd give it a 8 out of 10, and likelihood she stays with him. Mostly because he was her very first crush, and probably first boyfriend. In terms of rating, I'm trying to be not biased here, but I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. There is so much still left to talk about, including Iris and Les' dynamic, Mephisto and Ariana's possible love relation, and how dangerous the twins can be. Not to mention season 1 and 2's finale overall review. Not to mention season 3 and its theories and what to expect in the latest season. Therefore, I will be making a 2-parter of this video. The next part will hold all your answers. So stay tuned for the next video and subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a like if you want more of these types of videos. Bye!